Aquarius, this is your forecast for the month of January 2018. This is a general reading for Aquarius Sun, Aquarius Rising, or Aquarius Moon. For a more rounded overview, watch your rising and moon sign. You can also join me on Facebook and Instagram for daily insights on tarot and astrology, as well as my pay-per-view channel, vimeo.com/thealchemistastrologer, where you can find on-demand pages for love, finance, and other readings. Your weekly readings will always be free here on YouTube, but if you'd like to support me on Patreon, I'm now at patreon.com, The Alchemist Astrologer, and all of this information is in the description box below. Now, the second week, you have the Lover's card. So there's a focus on making important decisions and your collaboration with others. Now, some of you may feel as if your partners have rejected you, or you may be rejecting your partner, or you may feel that you're having to make some important choices about your health, about your finances, about your spiritual life. So you're at a crossroads this week, and you're connecting with others, whether that's a partner, a lover, a good friend. For some of you, if this is a health issue, you may be connecting with a healer this week. But you're making some choices and you're struggling with that. There's some form of temptation that you're grappling with. And it centers around trust and, sharing with others. And so there could be thoughts for you that center around love, around marriage, around important relationships, what choice you're going to make. You're very focused on the duality of life right now. Should I walk down this road or should I turn down this one? Should I choose this partner or should I go in this direction? Can I juggle these two things at once? What is best for me? So there may be a trial or choice involved in something where you are torn between two lovers, two possibilities, two opportunities. Now, it could be that you are experiencing some difficulties because you made some bad choices. There's been some inconsistency. Perhaps you ended up isolated because you wanted freedom at all costs and now you're standing alone. Could be there's a fear of commitment, or you can't make a choice. Either you refuse to do it or you have a fear of making that choice. Again, could be some ill-considered decisions where you've been in a troubled or unhealthy relationship or some health problems, or you got your feelings hurt. And so in the negative, this could be a week where you're at odds with other people. You're separated or you're in disagreement, or there's some alliances that have been ruptured due to external forces, what's happening on the outside. And maybe you feel isolated as a result of that. Now, the positive of this card is that it gives you an opportunity. It's a number 6, and 6s bring benefit. Although they may not be long-term, this is a week that gives you the benefit of repairing whatever it is that you feel down and out about. You can get clear on some things. You can get to the truth of something. And in that process, especially if you're trying to become more spiritually focused, you begin to understand more about yourself, more about other people, and you get that peace of mind. Now, this could be a week where a couple of people are going to be very important to your destiny, or you are connecting with somebody from your past. Whatever it is, you want to make some improvements. You feel stronger about being dedicated to someone or something. And this is a week where maybe you're very popular. Now, if last week, you couldn't get anybody's attention, this is a week where everybody may want to connect, or you may be rejecting that idea. If you want it, though, it's going to be a lot easier for you to bring people into your world because you've got a lot of magnetism, a lot of personal appeal this week. And yet, maybe you're deciding you don't want to deal with that because it gets in the way of what you're trying to do. Even though this may seem like something that would be fun or enjoyable, you just have other things that you need to focus on. Now, you may decide to go with a partnership again, especially if you look back and you thought, well, hey, I'm not as bad off as I thought. It's all right for me to connect with other people. Whatever it is, again, you're going to gain some clarity and you're going to be able to work out some differences with other people. And even if you don't make the same decisions together or you wouldn't choose the same thing as others, how you handle it creates that peace of mind. Maybe you are more lighthearted about it. And when you have this talk, nobody feels threatened. Nobody feels insulted. For some of you, you're feeling like you want to take a risk. And maybe given your circumstances, it's time to make that choice. Now, for some of you, maybe you've been separating yourself because you've been so focused. There's something that you're trying to achieve. And this could be a week where you make some leaps and bounds, artistically, creatively, academically, and you get some notice for what you're doing. Maybe you get promoted, or you get some kind of bonus, or you get an award of some sort or some special recognition. Or if you were rejected last week, maybe you get an apology or you're offering that. Now, if the Five of Pentacles is working against you, then this is a week where it's carrying over into your relationship and there's some strain taking place. And it's because perhaps you really don't want to say how you feel. You don't want to speak your truth. Maybe you think the price is high for saying what you really feel, or you feel like it's not worth it. You don't have faith in a partnership. You don't have faith in expressing yourself. And you hold back your feelings, thinking that that's a good strategy, when in fact, you're producing more trouble for yourself, more trauma. And it's important that you express how you feel. It's important for you to speak your truth this week, because this is a week about making choices, connecting to others on a deep level. And part of the issue where you feel a sense of lack of faith could be that you recognize that in a partnership, you've been trying to live up to something, some ideal, some projected version of who somebody thought you should have been, or who maybe you thought you should have been yourself. And it's becoming a lot of work for you because it's not your truest self. So once you shake that off, you're going to find that the tension eases, that it's easier for you to get along with somebody. You're more comfortable because you're your comfortable self. And this is a week where you have to look at what you've been doing in your partnerships. Has it been fair? Have you been trying to please somebody to the point where you're making concessions or compromises that don't feel good to you? You've been too subservient, you gave in too much, you were too accommodating because you wanted that recognition or that love to be reciprocated, or you felt lonely or rejected, and so you went above and beyond when that wasn't in your best interest. Maybe you were too jealous, or perhaps you miscalculated the power of your popularity, and you thought that just your charm alone was going to be enough, and somehow that fell short. Now, you may be trying to convince other people to see your way, and you're thinking that, again, that personal appeal is all that you need to put forth. You don't have to really put forth any effort. So you're exploiting that charisma for your own gain. So this is a week of some changes, some decisions, some transformations taking place. And in some cases, you are rejecting a partnership. You're ending something. Or at the very least, you're getting some clarity and you're facing a truth about something. And part of that could mean that you have been out in the cold and you're out in the cold waiting in vain for something to take place that's just not gonna happen.